Hi everybody, it's me Dana, and a lot of people have been coming to my yoga class at my church, Oasis Church.tv, and they've asked for something that they can do at home. Or sometimes they feel like, oh, I'm not strong enough to do your beginner's class, even though I always offer modification. So I was just going to do a practice at home right now. I thought it would be a good idea for me to film, and I'll talk you through this modified version of a pretty typical yoga class. I'll make it a little bit shorter so that you can play this at any time, whether you're out of town, at home, or you just want to show a member of your family what yoga is all about. So enjoy. I ran out of film and battery, and I just did that whole practice, but the other reason I wanted to offer this free beginner class is because I have set up a GoFundMe page right now to attend the Baron Baptiste Level 1 training this August in New York, and I could use your help. With a family of 3, it's difficult to, you have to be creative in trying to figure out how to make everything work with the budget. So I'm just reaching out to my community to see if you have the ability to donate $10, $20, $50, whatever you feel led to do. I would greatly appreciate that. That will help me as a teacher develop my skills, not just in my individual practice, but in teaching others and expand my knowledge in the Baptiste programs and community. So I really am looking forward to the chance to go. This fund that I'm raising would cover my entrance and camping out to attend. So I'm not staying in some luxury, resort. I'm staying in a tent, and I'm just getting down to the grassroots knowledge in the Baptiste program. So I'm excited to attend, and I hope that I have your support. If you would like more videos like this, or you want some more explanation on fundamentals of yoga, please hit a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, if you are ever in the Nashville, Brentwood, Tennessee area, I teach 5:30 in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays at Epic Yoga Center, and then on Thursday evenings at 7 o'clock at Oasis Church. That one at Oasis, we end the class with 30 minutes of prayer and meditation with the Holy Spirit. Hope that I hear from you all very soon. Check out my GoFundMe. Thanks. So starting off, doing some cat-cow exercises. Come on all fours. Place your wrist directly underneath your shoulders and begin to inhale and exhale. So when you inhale, curve your spine, tuck your chin in, and then exhale all the air out, look up. Really put that curve in your lower back. Inhale. Exhale. This is just warming up your spine and your abs, because the whole practice you want to engage your core, and the core just isn't your abs. Your core is the front, the back, the sides, that whole middle tire that keeps you standing. So after a few cat-cow exercises, press your hips back to your heel and extend your fingertips straight up your mat for child's pose. This is a lot of people's favorite position. So child's pose, you want to make sure that you extend your arms long enough so that your elbows can kind of float up off your mat and your forehead is pressing in your mat here. Take some time right here to center your thoughts and really focus in on what you want to gain from this practice. What experience do you want to have during this time? So start breathing here a little bit more vigorously, in through your nose and out through your nose. So you come up to our main pose in yoga, downward facing dog. And basically, downward facing dog has a lot of different ways of looking. Your legs, your feet might be wide, your knees bent is a really great way to do downward facing dog for beginners, because I want you to keep the pressure off of your wrist. A lot of people complain about their wrists. you really want to see how from my hips all the way to my fingers it's sloped and my elbows are in, not flailing out. That's your beginner downward facing dog with a slight bend in your knee, trying to really press your chest to your knees. So step to the front of your mat and come to ragdoll, where you grab your biceps fairly lightly, press down into your mat, and sway back and forth. Breathing here, and just let your whole neck drop. Press a bend in your knees, or if you want to straighten your legs, bring your hips over your ankles. And just start to get loose here. Then release your hands and peel your body up one vertebrae at a time, swooping your arms overhead for Tadasana, mountain pose, and bring your hands in for prayer. Now you have a choice here. If you want to start off with 3 ohms, that's up to you. Or maybe you want to just have a moment of prayer and just really focus in the power that is inside of you. So remember that you're moving with every breath here in this practice. So come to Samastitihi, which is equal standing pose. I'll face you and do that one. Bring your toes up and then plant them in your mat. Zip your shins in. Bring the energy up your thighs, shoulders up and back and down, standing in true north alignment. Chin up, standing tall. Okay, here we go. Take a deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, bring your hands to your shin and make your back flat, and then come down for a high plank. You can drop to your knees, elbows in, lower down, then bring your chest through and up, look up, and then go back into downward facing dog. So that is a sun salutation A. When we start off with a couple of those each practice. And this is awakening your body here. So I move my neck around, maybe pedal your feet, whatever you want to do to start to get the kinks out. So come up on your toes and start making steps to the front of your mat, flat back, and fold all the way down. Inhale, rise up, spark your hands, and as soon as everything's out, dive right back down. And then immediately after your flat back, you bring your hands to your mat, go back for a high plank, knees down, chest up, elbows stay in, and go back, downward facing dog. So when you're in downward facing dog, you can choose to look between your feet, or you can choose to look between your knees. So again, bent knees and your wrists are not crinkled and your hips high. Now inhale, come up on your toes, bend your knees, look between your hands, and take steps. Flat back, exhale, fold down, and inhale, rise all the way up. Spark your hands, dive back down. Here's a modification for those with vertigo or maybe high blood pressure that don't need to do full sun A. You could drop back down to your knees and go straight into downward facing dog. I still want you to get this sensation. We're just going to cut out the vinyasa, which is that up, down, high plank, low push up. But start off and still work your way to doing the full sun salutation. Okay, exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, high plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. So when you're ready, you can jump back. And then also when you're ready, you can start practicing extending your legs. Maybe your heels touch the ground. Maybe they never will. That's perfectly fine. jump to the top of your mat or step, look up, hold down, and then rise up into your chair position. So we're bringing our toes together, knees in line, and the really important thing I see people do is the duck butt and stick their butt out. No, it's curling your tailbone in and pointing your tailbone down to the ground. Inhale, spark your arms up and sit back. You want to feel like you're sitting back towards a chair. So take a few breaths here, then exhale and fold. Inhale, flat back. Step or jump back to high plank, knees down or cobra, up dog, and then down dog. Now immediately your right foot is going to come between your hands for warrior one. You drop your back foot 45 degrees. So for your first warrior one, square your hips towards the front of your mat. Keep your knee over your ankle. Don't let your knee go past your ankle. And really stretch here. Take a deep breath in and exhale down to your mat. Bring your leg back. You can drop down to your knees. Come up to a cobra or up dog, and then go back to down dog. Left side, inhale brings you up, plant your back foot 45 degrees, and turn your upper body and your back side forward. Spark your arms up over your head for warrior one. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, you'll come back down towards your mat. So inhale, exhale down. Leg goes back, down dog, or lower down, up dog, and then go back down to downward facing dog. So really breathe here. Ignite your breath in and out. Come up on your toes. Bend your knees, take your steps. Flat back, fold, inhale, chair, take a deep breath, and then exhale, fold. Flat back, high plank, low push-up, up dog, down dog. Right foot goes immediately, this is your sun salutation B, where you go into warrior, and you flow immediately. Down, up, and back. Left side. And my camera went out, so you've done your left side, and you go through and lie on your back. Don't you love technology? Setting up for bridge, fingertips to your heels, squeeze your thighs together, lift your hips up, and breathe. Really engaging, lifting the hips up high. Breathe here. Take another breath and lower back down. This time when you go up, you're going to, oh wait, I had to move to another camera. Now we're going into abs. I'm so sorry, but it's really a yoga practice. So my hands are underneath my hips and I'm doing abs. So after abs, hug your knees in tight. You can always rewind and go back to that. And then just sit in waterfall position for an inversion. Try and bring your legs over your hips for at least 10 breaths here. So after your inversion, drop your left foot and bring your right ankle over your knee. For reclined pigeon, this is a hip flexor stretch. If you're more flexible, you can thread your hands between your leg and grab your left thigh. But keep both feet flexed. And still breathe, but you don't have to breathe as intense as you were breathing in the beginning of the class during the sun salutations. You can even lift your chin up and squeeze in, whatever feels comfortable here. And after about 30 seconds, switch to the other side. So your left ankle is going over your right knee. Press your thigh for some resistance. Just really play with what does your body need right here. Everybody is different. But we spend about 30 seconds minimally in a pose like this to really try and breathe through the stretch of your hips. So with flex feet, always. Oh, and this is why I do the pineapple ponytail, because it's kind of hard to have a ponytail in the back of your head when you're laying on your head. So now for a spinal twist, squeeze your left knee into your chest and then twist it over your body, keeping your left hand flat and both shoulders flat. Look over to your left. Breathe during your twist. And let's go to the other side. Hug your right knee in and then twist it over your body. Drop your right palm to the floor, keeping both shoulders on the floor. And your left hand can stay on your hip or your thigh or whatever is more comfortable. Breathe. So squeeze both knees in, giving your body a nice hug. And the next pose is called Happy Baby, where you grab the outsides of your feet and press your knees into like where your armpits are. And think of when a baby's getting their diaper changed and just massage your spine here, side to side. And once you're done, hug your knees in. Extend your whole body straight like a spear. And then Shavasana, palms up. Let your feet drop out to the side. Close your eyes and be still. I want you to pause here so you can literally be still for 5 minutes. And for some people, it's very difficult to not move, close your eyes, and be silent. And if you're one of those people, this is the perfect time for you to ask yourself, why is it so hard for me to stop? Start to wiggle your ankles and your feet, and then roll over to your right side. Take a moment and rest here for a moment. When you're ready, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And we like to end our practice with 3 ohms, just like we started. Or if you want to, you can end your practice in prayer or a good old pat on your back, whatever you decide. In yoga, we typically use an Eastern greeting, Namaste, which translates to mean the light in me honors and sees the light in you. And then we just bow and say Namaste.